Hello, everybody. It's me again, Salamatu, the old nurse. Yeah. Today I want to discuss, or can I say explain a little bit about this thing called anemia or hemoglobin. What is the last time you have your hemoglobin checked? What is the last time you have your iron level, check your iron level? What is the last time you check to see if you're anemia or not? It's important for us, especially we women, to have our iron level or hemoglobin checked, even if it is every 3 months. It saves a lot of lives, especially in the age where you are having your monthly cycles, and also for elderly women who don't eat enough to produce the red blood cells that help prevent anemia. Hemoglobin, I want to talk about hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is very, very important in our body because it's the one transferring oxygen in our blood, to our lungs for tissues. It transfer Hemoglobin transfer red blood cell into the muscles. It accepts, it stores, it transport and release oxygen. It's very, it's one who carry oxygen around the body. Sometimes you will see people hand turning blue or dark, or their mouth is blue. They will say they don't have is because they don't have the hemoglobin, the red blood cell don't transfer enough, don't transfer it don't transfer enough oxygen to make the blood flow to those areas that are turning blue. Your lips, your hand, and even your foot. Sometimes if you sit a long time, you see it kind of turn dark. It's lack of oxygen. The blood does not does not have enough to go around those sides of the body. The function of hemoglobin is produced. Hemoglobin is a red blood cells that are produced in the bone marrow, and hemoglobin is a protein in the red blood cells that carry oxygen around the body. It removes carbon dioxide from the body, bringing it removes carbon dioxide from the body and bringing it to the lungs for us to breathe out. The normal, if you go to the doctor and you ask to check your hemoglobin for a woman, it should be the level, the range should be around 12.0 to 15.5 gram per deciliter. For men, it should be around 13.5 to 17.5 gram per deciliter. So if you go to your doctor and ask to check for hemoglobin, check for those deciliter, how the level should be. If it's below that, either you look for iron tablets or eat a lot of food that produce it. I will explain later. Our body use iron to make hemoglobin. Lack of iron in the body is the most common cause of anemia, which uh, which is common cause of anemia. Iron, lack of iron in the body is a deficiency which is called anemia. That is someone who does not have enough iron in the body. If you don't have enough iron, our body cannot make hemoglobin. You see where the anemia comes in? So that is the reason why we need to be checking those things. Your iron level, check for your hemoglobin, check for your iron level, and see if you are anemia or you are not anemia. It's very, very important. The symptoms, the signs and symptoms of anemia or low hemoglobin in the body is feeling tired all the time. When you are having trouble breathing, like people you see there's for little things, it will just be, yeah, I know if you climb like a 4-story building, of course you're going to be out of breath. We're not talking about that. We are talking about like you walk a little distance, it's not far, you start breathing. You lift little thing, you start breathing. People even go to take a douche and they are breathing. They have problem breathing. You should know that that is not normal. When you are feeling dizzy, it's also it's also uh, it's, it's also a sign. Headache is also sign of low iron in the body or low hemoglobin. Hemoglobin can cause cancer. Remember that I explained that hemoglobin is produced, it is red blood cells that produce hemoglobin. Red blood cell is formed in the bone marrow. And when you don't have those things that form, when you have shortage of those things, can cause blood cancer, known as leukemia, or known as leukemia or lymphomia. Those are the type of blood cancer that severe anemia can cause. It could be nice when women who of childbearing age went to the hospital. They should pay attention to their blood level. They should have their doctor to check for their iron. If not, if they don't check it, that's why you see a lot of women, they will say they have CS, and CS is an increasing thing now in Nigeria. You see a young girl, healthy young girl, went to the hospital to give birth, they will say they will do CS. Why can't you let a girl to choose what she wants, how she push her baby out of her body? They will just said it's CS. And some of them, I heard of a girl of recent who just collapsed 2 weeks after birth. Collapsed, and that was the end of her, leaving a baby boy behind. 2 weeks old baby boy. And they later found out that she's anemia. How can you do operation on a woman who's how can you do a CS on a pregnant woman where you have not yet checked iron and blood level? And after the CS, immediately you should also do another control again. You should do another checkup again to see how her blood level is. They didn't. So it's essential Before you go into any operation, it's not always yes to give birth. No, before any major surgery, have your blood level checked to see how good is your hemoglobin or how low is your hemoglobin. Are you anemia or you are not anemia? Have them check out before you go into any operation. It's also very important when you have your, if you see you are having long, heavy monthly cycle, go and have your hemoglobin or iron level checked out. If it's low, help yourself by either taking iron tablet or you start eating good healthy food. The food that can boost those that can boost blood the level of blood in the body or can help you to boost hemoglobin or iron and green. um, Eat meat, eat fish, eat soya products including tofu, eggs, dry fruits like dabino or dates, eat broccoli, eat watermelon, green leafy vegetable, spinach, green beans, nuts, seed. They are all very good. Just eat one of these things maybe 2-3 times a week. It will help. You don't have to be eating meat every day. You can eat meat twice a week. Eat fish 3 times a week. Make spinach soup maybe 2 times or 3 times a week. Eat watermelon for snacks. Eat nuts. We have cashew nuts. We have all sort of nuts in Nigeria. Eat nuts that boost your iron level. Dry nuts are very, very, a lot of dry nuts do contain ions. So try to eat them as much as you can. It will help you to have less problem concerning lack of blood in your blood system. And for elderly women, they are old and they don't eat their hormones. The level of their hormones when they used to be young was very high. Now in their old age, the hormones have gone down. Hospitals treatment in Nigeria, I know it's very expensive. It's pay before service. Nobody in Nigeria will treat you a lot of time. A lot of time, they don't treat you if you don't pay first. Why don't we avoid spending money running around for hospital bills where instead of running around for hospital bills where somebody is sick for lack of iron or if the person is anemic, before we start running around, why don't we do something daily, every day, little by little, by giving these elderly women good food to eat. help them help them to give them good food, like prepare, even if it is beans for them, preparing this green soup, spinach for them, give them fish, meat at least twice a week to eat, give them all this broccoli, vegetable, spinach, efo, make it for an elderly woman to eat. Help her to boost our immunity, because lack of iron in the blood cause low immunity. And when you have low immunity, you are an open your body is an open door for all sort of diseases and infection. The person gets sick easily. The person is always weak. So it's good to boost our immunity. This iron, lack of this iron of a tea or hemoglobin is very, very important, because it helps us, it carries the red blood cell all over our body. When we don't have it, that means the blood is not circulating as it should be. That means from like this, your blood come like this. And when it's like that, the the blood cannot, you don't have enough blood to circulate the oxygen all over your body. The person becomes sick. The person becomes tired. The person have headache. The person sleeps a lot. The person have dizziness. The person cannot see clearly. And they're always sick. So help the elderly, man or woman, help them. Pregnant women who just have babies, women in their monthly cycle, pay attention to your hemoglobin. Our parents who are old, make time, even if it's twice a week, please help them with good food. It's better you give them that good food to eat. 2 times, even if it is 2 times, you give them meat. 3 times, you buy them small, small fish to eat in their food. Make healthy, good leaf food for them. Cook egg, fry egg, give to them to eat. It's better than you leave them or to where they got sick and then you start running around looking for money to take them to the hospital. You're going to spend more money in that hospital than the little instead of using that little money that you can use to feed them, you will end up spending 10 times more in the hospital. Avoid that. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. You can help them a lot by providing little by little every day. We give them a little bit. For people with for people to know if they have anemia. Anemia, if not treated for a long period of time, can lead to serious health issues, can lead to a lot of serious complications. Those complications can be heart failure, severe weaknesses. You see the person is always weak. Like I said, poor immunity. Anemia is a condition in a person. It's a condition in which a person does not have enough blood cells. The red blood cells in the body carry iron. And that iron is a specialized protein called hemoglobin. You see the reason when I said anemia, iron and hemoglobin, they go hand in hand. They're like, in fact, they are twins, mama and pikin. So the lack of this one can lead to this one. Lack of this one can lead to this one. So it's better it's very, very important for we women. Even if it's every 3 months, make it a point. Go see the doctor. Check your hemoglobin. Check your anemia. If you're anemia or not. Check your iron level. If you're anemic, you can place it on medication. You can place it on vitamin. Not medication. You can place it on vitamin like iron tablet. It can advise you on which food to eat to increase your iron, to boost your iron. to make it to come up. Because when you have this thing called anemia, low, and you have a low hemoglobin, or you have anemia, you can have serious, it can cause serious injury, or people who, it can cause serious injury to your health, your general health. If you have a serious injury and you lose a lot of blood, go and check for your hemoglobin and iron level. If you have a major surgery and you lose a lot of blood in that surgery, check for your hemoglobin. Even after you have been discharged, check for your hemoglobin, check for your iron level. If woman gave birth, she have been discharged, or she's still in the hospital, check for your iron level, check for your hemoglobin level to see how high or how small it is, how low it is. It is important, and it can save our lives. Women, men, please pay attention, because our people say is who have life have hope. If you don't have life and you don't have good health, you have nothing. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It does not matter how beautiful you are. It does not matter how rich you are. You don't have good health, well, you have nothing. You see who's alive? You have good health. That's where the hope is. You can hustle. You can get up, look for money. You can do what your age mates do. But when you don't have good health, my people, you have nothing. Zero, nothing. So take care of your health. It is very, very important. I leave you now with that one. Thank you very much.